Hey, Sonoran Sounder here. We've got our season 45 of League underway this week, and we are looking at an I-League match between Rozyroz and NovemberMan. Looks like they started a bit early. Let's take a look at the kingdom here. We've got Dutchy Duke stuff, Fairgrounds, has some alternate ways to score here. Of course, Cultist stands out as a big attack. We've also got Margrave as good draw and good attack. Market Square for plus buy. How are we going to activate the gain a gold aspect of that? Doesn't look like. I guess you could mine something, but that doesn't seem very good. Oh, we got displace as exile though, so that would not trigger Market Square. We've got Delve and Ride as events. And then, of course, Horses and Ruins. Let's get caught up here. Looks like the Cultists are running, which means that the Ruins are running. Looks like there is a mine that was purchased by NovemberMan. Don't know that that's a great option on this or most boards. Rosie exiling a silver into Duchy. I guess piles are getting kind of low. Is that why we're greening? I suspect. Another Cultist for NovemberMan here. This looks like potentially a good turn here for Rosie, doling out the rest of the Ruins. We really only have Ruins and Cultists that are low here. Wow, look at that chain, 6 of them. Unfortunately out of actions, but nice draw there with the Cultists. 2 buys and 11 here. Duchy. Oh, I see. She's going for the Duchy Duke stuff. That's why we're doing Duchies here. Yeah, it looks like there's still time to do that and have that pay off, given Cultists are the only other pile that is low. I'm not sure what the thought here is. Yeah, just 2 Duchies. So yeah, when you're doing Duchy Duke, you generally want to pile or come close to piling the Duchies first before touching the Dukes. So I would probably, as Rozyroz, take 2 more Duchies before starting in on the Dukes. It doesn't look like NovemberMan is. Well, we'll see. Are they going to contest here as they displace? Nope. Gaining a Market Square. Yeah, I think displacing a silver into Duchy is fine here rather than drawing with your last action and drawing a bunch of stuff dead with Margrave. They do take a Duke here. Like I said, I think 1 or 2 more Duchies makes sense before starting in on the Dukes, but probably not going to matter. Looks like they just have a better deck all the way around. Gets to chain the Cultist and still have an action to play a Walled Village. Gets to get the Margrave attack in here, which is quite painful. Stops NovemberMan from getting to Province. Okay, nice. Displace the Duchies into Dukes, and likewise displace the Dukes into Duchies. So that's a nice synergy there with the displaces in the Duchy Duke strategy. I assume they're contemplating whether it's another duchy or a duke. And they do take the two duchies, which I believe makes sense. So with 5 here, what do you, or is with 7 here, yeah, Fairgrounds, I guess, is the best option for NovemberMan. Not a whole lot they can do. They look pretty far behind here. Doesn't look like there's a way back. 6, back to the Dukes for Rozyroz. Building a pretty sizable points lead here. Oh, they're going to be 1 short again. Sad times for NovemberMan. Does pick up the Fairgrounds. Got the Cultist chain going again here. Yeah, these games with Cultist, it just seems like it's really all about loading up on the Cultists, flooding the other person with ruins, and given that trashing is not great on this board, you can displace, but trashing is difficult. I mean, again, there's mine, but that's not the kind of trashing you want. Cultist is just the most powerful card on the board here by far. Buy with 8 here. I mean, okay, delve for a silver and then pick up the last duchy. I like that. I don't think taking province as Rozyroz really makes much sense. So it looks like another Fairgrounds here. Yep. There are between the provinces and the Fairgrounds quite a bit of VP on this board, but the points gap is just too much here, and now Rosie just needs to pick up 10 and 2 buys to pile out the last 2 cultists. Well, looks like NovemberMan's going to help with that. Picking up a cultist here. So this is just displacing a green card into a cultist, and that's game. Okay, first one goes to Rozyroz. I believe this is the first game of the season for both. Okay, so on to game 2. Take a look at the kingdom here. All right, so what's jumping out? Swindler, it's a nasty attack. What do we have for trashing here? We've got mint to trash your coppers when you buy it. We've got banish as an event to exile coppers and estates here. Got den for draw. Diplomat and ranger also for draw here. So we do have banish and seize the day, which, depending on how the game goes, could be a big deal in terms of the timing of when to seize. We just have ranger for plus buy, so ranger is going to be important for both draw and plus buy. Throne room can turn your lurkers into a village effect, but that's really it for plus action. So it can be a little bit hurting here in that regard. We got the pouch also in this game with the tracker for plus buy as well. Okay, so it's not just the Ranger. All right, so let's see what they're opened. Rozyroz opened Swindler Double Lurker. NovemberMan opens with a Throne Room. That's a little bit questionable, given that we don't have actions yet to Throne. They did pick up a Swindler, but yeah, Throne Room not a good buy on the open. They did both get a Swindler, which I think makes sense here. That should be a pretty devastating attack, especially. You can turn 5-cost cards into good 5 costs in the duchies early. You can turn coppers into curses, which normally isn't a real big deal, but here it's difficult to get rid of those curses. You can banish them, I suppose, if you draw a bunch of them up, but otherwise, you can get the Flames gift off the tracker, but otherwise it's going to be difficult to deal with those curses, whereas if they were still coppers, you could buy a mint if you get 5 coppers in hand and get rid of those that way. So NovemberMan did actually line up their Throne Room and Swindler, so that worked out very well for them. Picked up a Soothsayer early. There's 2 Soothsayers gone. Who got the other one? Did Rosie get one as well? Yes, looks like they did. So they lurkered a Soothsayer. I think I'd want to get more deck control and drawing before adding a Soothsayer, but certainly the curse attack, like I said, is difficult to deal with here, so there's definitely merit in the Soothsayer. All right, this Throne Room's working out well for NovemberMan. Like I said, I thought it was a bit early, but seems to be working out fine. Looks like they're both doing lurker stuff. Lurkers are nice for pile control. You do have to be careful, though, if you just have one in hand. You risk putting something good in the trash that your opponent can pick up. This was a nice Soothsayer for Rozyroz as they added a Throne Room, drew a Throne Room, so now they can lurker something and into the trash and then lurk it back out of the trash as well on this turn, so that worked out well for them. Yeah, these decks are getting very junked. This is going to be a very sloggy game. I'm surprised there's been no Dens of Sin picked up yet. I think that's going to be your best draw here. Ranger is going to be difficult without the plus action. Diplomats haven't been touched either. That's a little surprising, especially given how many lurkers they have. That's going to be your best village effect. You play a lurker, you're down to a 4-card hand. So then you play a diplomat, draw 2 cards, get 2 actions. So I would have certainly favored, given that they're doing so much lurker stuff, I would certainly want to pick up some diplomats to go alongside those lurkers. As an alternative to doing the Den of Sin draw. It's probably better, actually, given how many lurkers they have, doing lurker diplomat stuff. All right, so NovemberMan spikes 8 here. 2 buys. Throne Room Ranger, okay, yeah. Throne Room's going to be a great card here, so certainly picking up more Throne Rooms is good. Not really clear what the what the overall strategy here is for both of them. I guess NovemberMan has two soothsayers, so I guess they're doing kind of more of a money thing, trying to, given all the junk, trying to get as much gold into their deck as well. Ranger there for Rozyroz with the lurkers. Again, given the amount of action cards they have, you really need to line up a throne room with a lurker or diplomat so that you're not drawing a bunch of stuff dead with that ranger. So we're down to 2 curses. 3 lurkers in hand here for Rosie. Picking up a throne room, that's good. I like that. Plays the ranger to flip their journey token over. Makes sense given the cards they had in hand. Alright, let's see what they replace this ranger with. I honestly think another ranger is probably the right play here. I would not, like I said, I like diplomat here. I would not I would not give a diplomat. And then they trashed a lurker, gained a tracker, gave her a tracker. Okay. Yeah, given the terminal limitations, I don't think you really want trackers in your deck, so that makes some sense. 5 here, there's a den. So we finally get a den coming off the board. So here we have the example of the ranger drawing up 3 cards dead as well as a gold. More rangers for NovemberMan. Yeah, I really think a lot of these rangers should be diplomats. All right, so again, we've got terminal problems. We're going to throw in something here. Is it going to be the rogue or the soothsayer? Is there anything in the trash? Okay, so they could get their ranger back and their lurker back if they thrown the rogue. They're just going to take the 2 golds here, hand out the last 2 curses. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I just don't think they need the ranger back, and the lurker's going to be more and more difficult to line up with a second lurker as these decks just get more junked from swindlers and soothsayers. At 8 here, they are going to province. Yeah, I just don't know what else you're looking to do here. It's going to be really hard to get to more than a single province on this board. So I think greening now is the right play. Oh, it's 3 to 6 the rogue, so you can't pick up the lurker or the tracker. So the rogue will automatically pick up the silver. That's the only card in there costing 3 to 6, and I think that's fine. Pick up the silver and get 1 attack in. Trash as a ranger. 5 here, I think, is another den. Or like I said, I really like the diplomat, but they don't seem to be favoring that. Of course, here Rosie gets the diplomat in hand with no lurkers. The diplomat is getting harder to pull off, as like I said, these decks are just more and more unreliable as the game goes on. But look at that. The attack allows the diplomat to trigger here. So we're seeing how good this diplomat can be. Discards the diplomat there. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're not going to get with the den coming into play. There is a little bit of anti-synergy there, so you're not gonna be able to get the two actions when you play the diplomat, like you would if you were just down to 4-card hand. Okay, province. The Swindler did trash a province, so it milled a province for NovemberMan, which is obviously good for them. They are at the small lead. They have more golds, so milling a province there certainly works to NM's benefit. Okay. Looked away for a minute, missed a couple of turns, but we're still... Rosy's picking up more dens. NovemberMan picks up their first den. Gaining a gold out of the trash with the rogue. And Rosy is going to seize here. What did they have exactly 4? If you have exactly 4, that's a decent time to go ahead, and there's just not a whole lot else you want to do on 4 here. Maybe pick up another throne room into the shuffle. Yeah, it's not really clear to me when the best time to seize is, but they went ahead and did it there. So NovemberMan here has to consider, do they play the Ranger? Do they play the Swindler? Swindler trash as a silver. I think you just give, actually I think you give a Swindler here given the lack of ability to play so many terminals, but they do just go ahead and give the silver back. Yeah, this is very sloggy. Even with all these golds from the Soothsayer, it's challenging to hit 8 on this with the way their decks are, the current state of their decks. Trash is a mint with the lurker. I'm not sure what the thinking is there. They do draw with a Ranger and pick up a silver, but they're really in the same money situation as they were if they had played the rogue, plus they could have got the attack in. They take the den. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I mean, I'd certainly consider Duchy there. Good draw here for NovemberMan. They're able to province. Is there anything you want to pick up here with the Earth's Gift? I guess they choose not to. Yeah, they certainly don't want to lower piles. I think you could have discarded. Yeah, I think I would have liked another throne room, although that does lower piles, so that's a bit risky. Okay, if they just banish a province here, I think that's fine. Looks like they got their gold hiding at the bottom, so Rosy will be able to province this turn. NovemberMan trashes a throne room, giving Rosy diplomats. I mean, at this stage, I might have just given, with a 9-point lead, just given 2 throne rooms back, and yeah, Rosy can lurk the throne room back. Unfortunately, they only have the 1 buy here, but they'll province close the gap at least momentarily until NovemberMan gets a province as well. Tough draw here for Rosie, hitting 7. Swindler or Rogue. Swindler's a little dangerous if you hit a province. Be hard to come back if you hit a province. They do duchy here. Because NovemberMan, you've got to play the Ranger. And yeah, sad they come up one short as well, but they can go Duchy Estate. Their lead is looking fairly safe. Though if Rosie does manage to find money enough to get the last 2 provinces over the next 2 or 3 turns, that could be beneficial. So here you can throne room the Diplomat. And the first time you draw, you get 2 actions. And then, of course, the second time it draws, well, they choose not to. Am I not understanding how the Diplomat works? 5 or fewer cards. Yeah, they should have thrown the Diplomat there. They would have picked up 2 actions the first time and then drawn 2 more cards, and then they could have played the Rogue. They might have found the Ranger. They could have potentially turned that into a big turn. NovemberMan gains a mint out of the trash with Lurker. I'm not sure what the thinking is there. And they're buying a Lurker. I think you're just trying to score every opportunity here. Even this 3 and 2 buys, I think it's just an estate. All right, so this is a big hand for NovemberMan. I guess they're thinking they're going to mint gold, but a little late for that to matter, especially since they just triggered a shuffle. Can they end it here? Lurk? Yeah, they can. They can just lurk a throne room, and buy a Lurker in that scheme. They can still play the Ranger here, and with 6 money in hand, buy throne room and Lurker. They don't. Yeah, if they would have, instead of minting gold, I mean, there was a lot of ways they could have ended it there by piling. Probably won't matter. I mean, if they see it here, they can certainly just buy a Lurker. Let's see. Well, they're playing something. That's not a good sign. Trash is a tracker. They could have given Rozyroz the Lurker. Okay, they do buy the Lurker. So they eventually got there. All right. So that was kind of an ugly, sloggy game. Game 2 to NovemberMan. And we're moving on to game 3. Okay, game 3. Ooh, this looks like a fun board. Lots to do here. Got Apprentice for trashing. Silk Merchant, of course, is a great card. just loading up on silk merchants and then apprenticing them for draw and coffers and villagers. Certainly a good way to go here. We've got Minion, Sanctuary, a great way to get stuff out of your deck. We've got Bazaar as a village, Journeyman for draw. Of course, as I mentioned, Apprentice draws, Silk Merchant draws, Apothecary, draws coppers in the potion. We got Save, which is a really nice way to set a card aside each turn if you've got the money for it. And of course, Pathfinding, that'll be key on this board to increase your draw. And then Flag Bearer. We'll see if we get into a flag war. So this is a pretty powerful board here. What do we got on the open? Rozyroz open, or we got NovemberMan's first player this time. They open Fortune Teller, Spice Merchant. Okay. Rozyroz opens Silk Silver. Spice Merchant's not a bad open because it does help you trash your treasures down. I think I prefer the Silk Merchant though. Like I said, you're just going to want to get as many Silk Merchants as you can on this board. Fortune Teller's all right. It's a decent attack when the opponent still has green cards in deck. Okay, so turn 3. NovemberMan did get to play their Fortune Teller, and they pick up a Silk Merchant. Rozyroz plays their Silk Merchant, picks up a Sanctuary. Yeah, I think Sanctuary is a good first 5. I mean, there's so many good 5s. But I like the Sanctuary first to thin the deck, adds the plus buy. I do think as Rosie, you probably want to pick up a Spice Merchant now. Certainly not critical since you have the Sanctuary. But and then I think as NovemberMan, I get it could be an Apprentice too. You could Apprentice these estates for draw rather than exiling them with Sanctuary, but Sanctuary is certainly fine. Yeah, so it could be Silk, it could be Spice here for Rozyroz. Same thing for NovemberMan. Well, for NovemberMan, I think it has to be Silk. They already have a Spice Merchant. And Rosie picks up another Silk. And like I said, I think this has to be Silk as well. It is. You certainly use a villager there to exile an estate. Another 5 here. Goes Bazaar to get the village. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think I'd pick up the Journeyman first. A lot of times people like to pick up the villages before the Smithy type card. But especially since you've got one villager from your Silk Merchants, you can buy more Silk Merchants, so I like the draw better than the village first, but shouldn't be a big deal. So NovemberMan gets to exile an estate and trash a copper. So this is looking like a pretty good turn for them. Ooh, I do not like spending a copper to buy a gold there. I think that has to be a Journeyman. Could be a Minion. I don't like gold. Ooh, second Bazaar for Rosie. Yeah, definitely a Journeyman there would have been a much better pickup. I guess they're trying to save their villager. They are drawing fairly well, but pathfinding to Bazaar. Okay. I guess all the bazaars now for Rosie make a little more sense. I guess their plan from the beginning was to put the token on bazaar. That makes bazaars now a real powerful card for them. So I assume they're just going to keep buying bazaars, given that they put the token there. NovemberMan getting pretty thin here. Picks up a silver. I guess they're thinking they need more money in their deck. I mean, the gold last time would indicate that, but like I said, I just think gold. You just never need to buy gold on this board. I'd much rather get minions than gold. Bazaar with the pathfinding for Rosie is probably going to work out quite well. Yeah, with Rosie's draw, they could certainly afford to go with the flag here. Province, I just don't think you need a province there. I think you just keep building. You've got all kinds of plus buy with Sanctuary and Silk Merchant. You just keep buying bazaars. Yeah, NovemberMan's going to have an even harder time maintaining single province. Rosie could certainly keep this up. They can keep single provincing every turn, given the Sanctuary, but and that's probably just winning for them at this point. Like I said, I certainly favor building more, building to double, but yeah, NovemberMan was able to get thinner quicker with that Spice Merchant, but I just think that turn they bought the gold, spent a coffer to buy the gold, really set them back. Okay, I'm confused now. Why are we buying an estate? Okay, I get saving the bazaar. That's good. I guess, yeah. Not sure what the estate really does for you. So Rosie can save a silver and single province again here, and oh, I got something else in mind, I guess. Province Silk, I guess. Okay, that's fine too. Yeah, at this point, they can just single province and they should be fine. Yeah, given that NovemberMan has one Sanctuary, if more gold. Yeah, actually, the flag probably was better than Silk there. Force NovemberMan to buy it. They're in a much worse position to be in a flag war. Rozyroz has a much stronger deck and can certainly win that flag war. So here they do go province, save a silver, as opposed to province, spend a coffer and get a 4 cost. Province here, but looks to be too little too late for NovemberMan. Buys and gains a bazaar. Interesting, they chose not to draw on there with bazaars down there. Again, given their lead, I guess it's fine. I think I would have probably just drawn on. They have enough bazaars. Well, I guess no, they picked up that other silk merchant. Maybe they don't have enough bazaars to support all the silk merchants. Either way, they're provincing here, and that will end any hopes for NovemberMan. Maybe they go with the flag this time. Probably just saving that silver again. That's fine too. Yeah, just the way NovemberMan built their deck, just not working out at all for them. They've had some rough shuffles like this, but um, just not a lot they can do at this point. I do think that turning point was getting that first gold. I think they could have built with bazaars and journeymen and added the money later, or like Rosie did, the one silver. If you're only planning to single province, the one silver is more than sufficient. So game 2 goes to Rozyroz. Or game 3. That's 2. Did I say game 2? Game 3? I think that's game 3. I believe that's 2-1 to Rozyroz. Let's see what we got in store for game 4. Okay, let's take a look. Triumph. Triumph is always a fun event. Is Triumph going to be any good here, though? Ooh, Triumph with Artificer. Got Ducat for plus buy. Dismantle. So yeah, Triumph's definitely going to be relevant here. It's not like overpowered like it can be on some boards, but unless I'm missing something, I haven't really looked through it all yet. You got Forge for gaining cards. We got Labyrinth as a landmark. Boons and hexes. So what are we trying to do on this board? Back to not really having a village. Yeah, we have in the chat suggesting just a simple Old Witch money strategy that might be good here, given that we don't have village support for all the draw, the Old Witch, the Werewolf, the Embassy. I mean, the Old Witch is definitely a good card here because those curses are not going to be easy to deal with. I mean, you can dismantle them, but you can forge them. But again, those are terminals, and you're terminal limited here. So what did we get on the open? We opened Ducat Dismantle for Rozyroz, Silver Dismantle. So they both opened with a Trasher. I don't know that Dismantle's great here on the open. It is the only thing that allows you to trash until you get up to a Forge. However, I mean, dismantling a state into copper gold is okay, not great. Yeah, and Artificer, there's just not a lot of great stuff to get with Artificer. Whoa, we have a Triumph already. Dismantled in a state, buys a Triumph. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I just don't think you want to add estates to your deck this early, especially when it only gets you 3 VP. Rozyroz goes Haunted Woods as the first 5 to come off the board. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have the Old Witch. Hand out some curses, draw the cards now. I mean, it's possible to draw the Dismantle Dead. Yeah, I mean, Haunted Woods is fine. It's a nice little attack, especially since NovemberMan triumphed. They've got even more green in their deck now. Yeah, I'm not this board. So NovemberMan does go with the Old Witch. So yeah, these Haunted Woods, if you can stagger them, probably be pretty. Will work out fairly well. I'm not sure what you do on 5 here. Probably not a third Haunted Woods. They go gold. Okay. Copper. What did I miss with copper? Oh, the previous turn, a copper. Oh, to get labyrinth points. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Artificer is definitely a. Given that Rosie's going with Haunted Woods, I think the Artificer is a better card for them as opposed to NovemberMan going with the Old Witch, because you're not gonna draw the Artificer dead, right? You start with that 8-card hand. So we got more Triumph stuff from NovemberMan. Rosie with 10 here. Is this just a province then? Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and province. And a province right back. Yeah, I'm not clear what the best way to build on this board is. I think Haunted Woods with 2 or 3 Haunted Woods with 2 or 3 Artificers seem good. Mystic plus RD slash SP. Oh, Secret Passage. That's right. You've got Mystic Secret Passage stuff. I mean, all those things go well with Haunted Woods because you're not drawing dead. So yeah, you pick up some Secret Passages and some Mystics. Uses a coffer to get a duchy. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, requesting an undo. I mean, the Secret Passages are nice the way they're building their gains a copper. Triumph. There wasn't any labyrinth points left, was there? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that, but it's just too 2 Triumph VP from... Oh, they did get Labyrinth points. Okay, so they get Labyrinth and Triumph points. Okay. I don't hate it quite as much. I didn't see that they got Labyrinth points, but still probably not the most optimal play there. All right, so Secret Passage for NovemberMan. Yeah, I think picking up some Secret Passages could be good for both, just to help smooth out. So there they top deck a gold and buy a silver. I think I would have just bottom decked the copper and purchased a good 5 cost there. Whether that's probably the way they're building another old witch. I'm giving out 1 curse. Have they only played it once? Yeah, I'm a little puzzled on this board. Trashes the estate. Now they're going Haunted Woods. Yeah, I think Rozyroz Haunted Woods draw is working out. Well, it seems to be working out much better. Yeah, out there they played the old witch, and Rozyroz had the curse in hand, so could discard it. So that worked out well. On 3 here, this could just be probably just a silver. I mean, at this point, I guess with 3 provinces left, you could consider an estate. You may never see it again. What's the point difference? 8, now 9. Yeah, I think estate's okay. I think you just dismantle a copper here. Nice thing about dismantle earlier in the game is you can dismantle your gold into a 5 cost and get your gold back. But obviously this late in the game, you need that gold and you want a province. So province. So 9-point lead for Rozyroz is going to be difficult for NovemberMan. I guess they just have to buy an estate here. Doesn't really help. They're going to be going into a shuffle soon too. Could just be a secret passage. Yeah, that's what they go with. So as Rosie here, you've got, what, 4 and 2 buys? Guess you just go double estate here? No, you don't use your coffers. You just take 1 estate. Because you want to keep that province plus duchy lead. Yeah, I think you got to save those coffers so that you can get that last province. They go ducat. I'm not sure why they went estate before. Now they're going ducat. I don't think the ducat's doing much for you at this point. So nice draw there for NovemberMan. You can dismantle a gold into a duchy, right? A cheaper card and a gold. They trash an estate. That just doesn't make sense at this point of the game. You got to dismantle a gold into a duchy and a gold, and then they could have also bought a duchy, which would have put them within a province. Yeah, that's just you've got to take 2 duchies there. I mean, they would still be, because Rozyroz was able to duchy there. They still couldn't win with a province on this turn, but you don't know that. They had the tie. Oh, did they have the? Oh, they could have. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they could have dismantled gold. Did they have enough money to also province? They might have had the tie there. I have to go back and look at that. I was thinking dismantle gold into duchy, buy a duchy. But maybe they still had enough to buy province. Oh, Triumph. I wasn't looking at Triumph. Yeah, I wasn't even considering Triumph there. I think Triumph might have been a tie because they would have got three. They would have gotten a state and then points from the Triumph. I don't know. It's worth going back and looking at. But yeah, certainly on that turn, NovemberMan very well may have been in position to tie. Could it have won? I don't think it could have won. Anyway, Rozyroz does take that one down. So they are now up 3-1, I believe. Heading into game 5. All right, so what do we have here? I got to be quick on this. They start quickly. Priest is great for trashing. T-Mod is great for trashing as well. We got Merchant Guild for buy and picking up coffers. Plaza as our village with patrol. Stables for draw. We've got Tactician, which can be pretty powerful here. Double tack. Yeah, we can do some double tack stuff, right? Mill. It's not a great double tack board, but it's definitely viable. Merchant Guild can get Merchant Guild, Mill, Bazaar, Priest. Yeah, this is definitely doable. Double Tactician here. We got City Gate and Pursue. Yeah, I'm not sure. NovemberMan Pursue does come with a plus buy. Yeah, I mean, you have to open Priest here. I'm not sure what they were thinking Pursue does, but Rozyroz does open Priest. Okay, so NovemberMan, because they pursued and got rid of an estate, they still are able to get a Priest, but they're not able to get a silver to go with it, or City Gate. I think silver is good to help hit. There's so many good 5 costs there. Rozyroz does go City Gate. That's fine too. There's definitely benefit to City Gate. I just think you want that silver initially so that you can make sure you hit 5. Of course, they hit 5 anyways. Patrol. Yeah, this time they're going with the draw card before the village. So I like that. NovemberMan goes Merchant Guild. I definitely think you want Merchant Guild on this board, but probably not for quite a while until you really get drawing consistently, whether that's Plaza Patrol or Stables. You got 2 good villages, Plaza and Bazaar. Rozyroz does pick up the Plaza, so now they got a village. NovemberMan picks up a mill here. I don't know, maybe the mill and the Merchant Guild are in anticipation of doing double Tactician. Don't know for sure. But again, I think those would be cards you pick up later as opposed to sooner. right, so Rozyroz picks up a bazaar, so they got a couple villages now. I do like how they're building here, I think. I think I want a stables or two in the deck just for some reliability, so you can find those villages and patrol. NovemberMan picks up a T-Mog. T-Mog's a nice card to have in deck if you're trashing your estates with Priest. I'm not sure what their plan is for that in the short term. So good draw, good hand here for Rosie. They were also, they were able to discard a copper for a coffer, which is nice, and still hit 5 here, 7 actually, but oh, they could pursue comes with a buy, right? So they could pursue to get rid of a lot of this junk on their deck, and then also buy a 5 cost. So that might have been just a little bit of an oversight. Potentially, though, has an impact on. Well, it does have an impact, right? Because they're going to have to top deck one of these, so they're not going to be able to draw this turn. We'll get to Priest and Estate, which is nice, and still buy a 5 cost, so not a horrible turn, but still a pretty productive turn, which is good. NovemberMan will get to do something similar. They'll get to trash an estate and also get a 5 cost on their turn. Another patrol. I got a bit of overdraw now. I may, as Rozyroz there, start going. I mean, I think they're not. I don't think they have tack or double tack in mind, but I think that might have been a time to pick up a merchant guild. So NovemberMan getting to trash another estate here. I think you spend a coffer in order to pick up a stables or patrol here for NovemberMan. They just go with the mill. Yeah, they need draw. NovemberMan does. The mills are fine, though they're really not doing a whole lot for you. I really think they need to get going on the stables and or patrol. So yeah, Rosie's going to be able to draw. Well, I guess they don't have the village. They're going to draw this dead if they play the patrol. So a bit sad in that respect. And they do pick up another bazaar to try to avoid that happening. Again, just kind of unfortunate they didn't draw the village, but it was probably more of a 50-50 shot there. So, City Gate, especially when you're buying cantrips, City Gate not doing a whole lot for you. So really for both of them at this stage of the game, not a tremendous help. When you've got when you've got plazas, mills, bazaars that you're playing at the start of your turn. So yeah, Bazaar Patrol here, Bazaar Patrol again, or Plaza Patrol rather, and again they'll be overdrawing their deck, so given how they're building, they're not building toward a tactician deck. I really want to see them pick up a merchant guild here. Priest is doing good work. All the estates are gone. Now they're starting in on the coppers. Oh, they're just going to province. Okay. Yeah, Rosie seems to favor the single province approach, and certainly with their current overdraw, I mean, here they're a bit unfortunate to not start with a village in hand, but um, see here NovemberMan does have a village, but this village really isn't doing much for them because they do not, I don't think they have any patrols yet. They've got to get a patrol here. I mean, there's nothing else to consider here besides a patrol. I mean, maybe stables, but given their contraband, boy, I hate that estate. I guess they wanted coffers from their merchant guild pretty bad. Yep, so yeah, I guess this is a situation where City Gate could have potentially helped Rosie find a village. But yeah, right move here. Just trash a copper. Move on. I don't think. Oh, they did have enough with a coffer to buy Plaza, so that's nice. Boy, all their villages are hiding. This City Gate may help them here. So for NovemberMan, they're top decking the silver. Again, it doesn't matter because they're going to draw it with the mill. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thinking is here, but they really need a patrol or a stables. There's the patrol. Of course, they draw it with no village. Boy, bad luck for Rozyroz again here. Not finding a village. Oh, they do decide just to go ahead and draw there. What did they draw? Patrol Bazaar Plaza. Yeah, they should have known they had all their villages down there. So they didn't draw anything useful. And now, what do they have down there? I guess in those 5 cards, they do have a village and a patrol, right? Yeah, they do. 2 villages, in fact. So their next turn will be good. And they do pick up another village. All right, so what do you do here as NovemberMan? If you don't find your village, which they don't, I guess you just top deck the patrol here. And then trash further with the priest. And I suspect they're going to... Ooh, why did they... I guess they're planning to play the patrol here. I mean, they could province... Yeah, I don't like that. Why another... Not another patrol? If you're going to call the T-Mog and trash your priest, you need to turn that into a bazaar, not a patrol. Which actually I like. I forgot they had a T-Mog on the mat, so... and then they played their treasures in the wrong order. They should have played the contraband first. Then Rosie would not have necessarily known if they had enough to province, so they would not have automatically picked province. But because they played the contraband last, Rosie knows exactly how much money they have. Again, the contraband just not necessary here, especially because they already have a merchant guild. Just the plus buy is not going to help NovemberMan much in this, given the state of their deck. And merchant guild is certainly better for plus buy here. Okay, so Rosie was able to draw up and province. NovemberMan's deck is starting to come a little bit more into shape with those patrols there. And they're able to province here. This will be a bit of a sad turn for Rosie. I think he just put the plaza on top and trash a copper. Yeah, that's what they do. That way they have make sure they have a village with their next turn. Okay, they pick up a silver. That's fine. NovemberMan here. What do they need? They pick up a plaza. Okay, so Rosie's good cards are all down here, so they're going to have no problem drawing now with their overdraw, picking up another province. Should be able to bank some coffers with the plazas. Yep. So yeah, Rosie's deck is getting to the point where it's pretty going to be able to pretty reliably single province, even on a dud with all those coffers they're saving up. They're going to be able to. They're just going to be able to. They're going to be able to province even on a dud. Okay, NovemberMan here again. No village, which is sad. I think you put the patrol on top, play the merchant guild, and buy a province. Not sure why you put the merchant guild on top, especially if you're going to play the patrol. I guess their next hand's nice with a bazaar and patrol in it. They're going to be able to province anyway, but yeah, I would have preferred just sticking the patrol on top. Playing the merchant guild, you spend a coffer, but you get a coffer back when you're provincing there. All right, so Rosie's off to the races again here. I think they've pretty much got it wrapped up, given all the coffers, even if they dud next turn. Now they got 8 coffers, so they certainly have it. They're going to be able to get 2 out of the last 3 provinces. Oh yeah, they are down. Okay, they'll just have to use one coffer here, so they still have 8. Yep. This will be a good hand for NovemberMan, but I don't think they can do more. Can they province? Well, they can't province any kind of province duchy's not safe. They would have to double province, and I don't think they've got. They're just not going to have the money to do that. Yeah, they just took too long to get those patrols in deck. The contraband obviously not a good. What do they get? 6, 9, 11, 14. Yeah, I guess they do have enough money to double if if they, for some reason, Rozyroz doesn't name province when they play the contraband. Can they do it anyway? Mill. They do have the mills that allow them to discard. They do have plaza. You can discard a copper here. I guess you're probably, what do they have? 3 patrols, so they're not going to be able to draw around any of this. Oh, they get, is this enough? 9, 13, it is enough, isn't it? Wow, I didn't think they had it. That's pretty crazy. They've got it. Double province for the win. I didn't see it coming. But their draw cards lined up just right. Well done. I thought those couple duds, I guess, by Rosie really hurt, and then also not picking up the merchant guild, not building bigger, ended up costing them in the end. And even though NovemberMan picked up that merchant guild far too early for my liking, having that in the deck certainly made the difference in the end. So I think that's 3-2, and I think this is last game, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like it. Okay, more fun cards. Villa, that's always interesting. Got plenty of village support between Border Village, Villa, Sonavanto stuff. Got Governor, which is a really powerful card. Mastermind is another really powerful card, especially if you can mastermind a governor. Boy, just looking at this initially, I really want to prioritize hitting 6 so you can get Border Village Governor, Border Village Mastermind. I think I'm ignoring Sonavanto here. Doing the Urchin, that's a nice attack. Urchin, getting two Urchins, turning one of those into a mercenary as a way to trash down. Sea Hag, not a very good card to begin with, but given the Urchin mercenary trashing and even Sauna Silver trashing, I don't think you touch Sea Hag here. Yeah, I think you really want to load up on governors, masterminds, thin down with Urchin mercenary stuff. Like I said, I'm not touching Sonavanto. Yeah, getting a ducat for plus buy, I guess. I mean, you can pick up villas as well for plus buy. So Rosie's first player, they go Silver Sauna. I guess they're going to use Sauna, try to line up Sauna Silver for trashing. NovemberMan goes, oh, they had a 2-5. They went Ducat Treasure Trove. Definitely do not want a Treasure Trove on the opening. I want to thin down, build up my draw. Maybe get a Treasure Trove mid to late game. Maybe not even touch it. Rozyroz picks up another silver. Another Sauna. It looks like they're both going after Sonavanto stuff. Yeah, if you're going for Sonavanto stuff, trashing is going to be pretty important to line that up well, which means I want to pick up a couple Urchins. Rosie goes Sea Hag. Yeah, I mean, given that NovemberMan's not getting a mercenary or doesn't appear to be getting a mercenary, I guess those curses could hurt a bit. I still think there's just better things to do on this board, though. No, they follow with a Sea Hag. Yeah, this is different from how I would play this board. Son of Avanta is certainly viable here, especially when your opponent's going for it as well. But I mean, you're seeing some of these turns are pretty sad. Have they even been able to? All right, so we got one estate trashed. Rosie was able to line up a Sauna and a Silver, and they're able to do it here again. I think they just auto-played and forgot to play the Silvers one at a time. Yeah, they're requesting the undo. I think that's reasonable. You certainly trash one estate. I guess you probably don't trash the copper so that you can get another Avanto here. I think that's more important than trashing a copper, especially given that you're going for the Son Avanto draw. And the Avanto split's going to be pretty critical. I mean, Avanto's certainly much more critical here because, I mean, if you win the Avanto split but lose the Sauna split, you can still pick up some border villages or villas to play those Avantos. So yeah, NovemberMan, you play that. That's a pretty good draw for them off the Avanto. They do have plus buy here, so they could get Avanto Urchin is what I would probably do, or just get an Avanto and save the coffer. Actually, you'd go Border Village and get the Avanto for free. So yeah, that's something that they're missing. They can buy the Border Village and get the Avanto for free. All right, so Son Avanto's piled. I guess it's not a surprise. NovemberMan, again, just two sad Saunas that don't do anything. Question is now, how do you transition from here? I'm not sure what they're getting the Villa for. At this point, you can always pick that up later. So now Rosie could, okay, they did find their sauna. Eight here. I think you go Border Village Mastermind or Border Village Governor. Maybe a Governor first, just because you've got a lot of money index still first. But yeah, I think a Mastermind's fine. It's just always sad when you play a Mastermind and draw a hand with no actions next turn. Go play that other silver. There you go. Yeah, you definitely want to trash these coppers. Yeah, Border Village Governor this time is probably how I would go. I guess Rosie is much better trashed, so the Masterminds are much less likely to be sad here. So yeah, I like that. They've got, like I said, they've done a good job of trashing. I think these Masterminds are good. What does NovemberMan need here? Not silver. Definitely not silver. Given that they opened with that treasure trove, they do not need more money in their deck. Probably should have been a governor for them. Probably not a Mastermind for NovemberMan. They just got too much money in their deck for Masterminds to really reliably pay off. So Rosie plays both Masterminds. I like that. They can pick up another one here. Oh, they trashed both coppers. I think I would have not trashed that last copper and picked up another Mastermind. They're extremely thin now, and these Masterminds are going to reliably hit. And yeah, they're going to have no problem drawing deck with two Masterminds in play. Masterminds would be nice, like I said before. I mean, if you can line it up with a governor, that could be pretty powerful as well, given their good deck control now. Having a governor to pick up some free golds would certainly be good. Yeah, I mean, these governors are probably just going to be overkill here. They're just going to draw a deck, and I assume they're going to trash the Fiatum here to gain a bunch of silver. Trash copper, trash Fiatum, trash curse with these silvers. And then, given that they're going to have two Masterminds going back into their shuffle, I do think Border Village Governor makes more sense here than the third Mastermind. Okay, doing a little gain in play. I like it. And they just buy the gold. Yeah, I think you could just Border Village Governor just seem better there. Plus, they're with trashing the Fiat, buying a gold. I mean, we're seeing it here with Rosie's starting hand. They're much more likely to dud now. They're just going to go ahead and province here. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean we've seen from the last games that's their more preferred playing style. Again, I think you could build bigger and instead of province go border village governor. You've got the plus buy from Villa. You've got these masterminds. You can have some really big turns as Rosie here. NovemberMan's still just going hard on the money. I guess they got to stay committed to that. I mean, they don't have to, but given where the game's at, they're probably just going to need to. So they're able to double here, and that's what they do. So nice lining up of Avanto Sana here for NovemberMan. Like I said, much harder to pull off when you got so much money in your deck. I assume they're just going to start provincing. I mean, if they don't, Rosie's just going to run away with this. I mean, they are anyway. They have a much more reliable deck. It's definitely not dud proof with all the money in there, but much more reliable deck. And NovemberMan just has so much yellow in their deck. It's hard for them to line up their Sanavanto draw. Yep, ooh, one card down there. Yeah, just double province. Pretty much is an insurmountable points lead here. Not sure what else they might be considering now that we're down to 4 provinces. The governor train has sailed. And given that they've got these masterminds on either side, as long as they start with something like an Avanto, they're going to be guaranteed to hit that double province again. So, yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? This reliability. Rosie gets to play the Sea Hag more, which has buried NovemberMan further with curses. So, good games. I believe that means it goes 4-2 to Rozyroz. Some interesting boards. Congrats to them on getting off to a good start for their league season. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.